Patreon member shout out. Baby, baby, if I kiss you like this, and if you whisper like that, it was lost long ago, but it's all coming back to me. And if you want me like this, and if you need me like that, it was dead long ago, but it's all coming back to me. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, and coming at you today with a VeVe OMI update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. So yesterday, Bitcoin had a pretty good day, up 4.5%. Not as good as OMI though. It was up over 10%, so I thought that was pretty nice. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways to joining Patreon and hitting that thanks button down below. Now, for the markets haven't been open the last couple of days. It started being open today. As of the making of this video, it's staying pretty stagnant. You know, nothing really to write home about. So OMI's been outperforming, super fantastic. You know, you don't want to have it outperform too much because we have a Foster Hilt video that came out yesterday, and he said he calculated that if we are going to have a 0.0025 OMI or below for the rest of the year, we burn every single OMI token in that reserve wallet. It was like, oh, okay, good times, but let's make it go even lower. Really curious to see how VeVe replenishes that, what mechanisms they use to bring it from the circulating supply, whether directly to the burn wallet or replenishing that reserve wallet, whatever they want to do. Again, pretty bullish on that. Moving on. There's a guy named Matt Jones that says, just here to say hi. I'm Matt, a UK-based writer writing about Disney Plus over at More Disney Plus. We'd really like to get 500 followers, but this person has been writing about Disney and all Disney Plus, hashtag Marvel, Star Wars. So I tried to get him on the podcast. I reached out to him. I was like, hey, this would be really cool because, again, people that write about and cover about things, they every now and then they get little tidbits of info. I think it'd be really cool if he knows about VeVe, learns of VeVe. Like I said, that'd be great. So I was talking with the VeVe Fox, known as Kelly, the other day, and I asked her, is there any way to track how many new wallets that we got over the Star Wars weekend? And she said from the 25th to the 29th, unique wallets were increased by 4.1 thousand. When she has more time, she'd also like to check how many of these wallets are completely new and how many were reactivated. Again, how many people saw that particular Star Wars ad and decided to download that VeVe app versus how many people's accounts were banned and they just got unbanned, that type of deal. So we have someone named WallyDE3 who said, I would rather own a partner statue I would rather own Vader over a partner statue any day. And he showed the 100 partner statue he has, and it showed the 367 Vader statues that he has, which is absolutely bananas. But again, I haven't heard of this person before. I just started following them. Why? Because that person's a whale. It's very, very interesting to see what they're doing, especially in times of strife and struggle where everything's down. You know, Vader was a breath of fresh air into the market, and this dude capitalized, went hardcore on it. Did he sell any wallets for it? I don't know. We got Hello K that said the past week contributed to 10% of all OMI burns across the past year and a half. Now that's called exponential. And what he means by that, and again, as of like 1 or 2 days ago, is that we had 6 billion, about 5.5 billion OMI burn, which again, 10% of the total OMI burn, which is 55 billion now. So in the last week, 6 days, you had 10% of all OMI burn, which is absolutely nuts, absolutely bananas. So again, really, really excited for this. Quick Earth 2 update with an important message. If you can't put your Ether to Essence right now, if you can't convert that, don't worry, that'll be over in like a couple of days. Through the end of this day, you won't be able to, just because they have to manually do stuff. Their players might see 0 Essence transforming. Their servers will just be down for a little while today as well. It could take several hours for the update. What are they going to update us with? I don't know. Heat map, more resources? We'll see. So on top of that, Foster Hilt had put that we just burned 5.5 billion in the last 4 days. Same as what Kay said. It was only a few months ago where we would burn 100 million OMI, and that was an achievement. Like, that was a mission to do. He says it doesn't always feel like we are making progress, but exciting times ahead. And he also goes on to say the OMI token reserve is on a collision course to become extinct by the end of 2022. The numbers show that what was once thought to be a 20-year endeavor could be achievable in 7 months or less. So I was part of a space yesterday. You know, I heard about it while I was live, and people were asking me, this versus Vader, that versus Vader, this versus Todd, partners versus, whatever it was. And I'll go over a little bit of it right now. And again, I was on Wendy Stibalis' space in Twitter yesterday, where she flipped her Todd for a Vader. And, people were just like, why would you do that? And okay, I'm here to go and kind of put this to bed. DC is doing a great job at marketing bat cowls, which have, you're able to trade them as of today. You're able to buy and sell. If you missed out, you can go and get them. They're doing a great job at marketing that, marketing Hero, marketing a bunch of things. They are not marketing the Todd. They're not marketing the first ever official Batman NFT, which they've gone on Twitter and said, no, Todd is the first official Batman NFT. But if you're somebody that doesn't have Twitter, or somebody that's not privy to that information, and you're just a new whale, you have, let's say, $10, $50, $100,000 that you're looking to put into this, put NFTs in general, and you Google what's the first Batman NFT, it's going to show bat cows. That's, in my opinion, a travesty of justice that Google shows that, and there's no major articles from major companies saying, no, actually, it's the Todd. Because again, you've heard it right from the horse's mouth multiple times. People are investing under that false pretense that they think the bat cow. And again, bat cow seems like a great project. I have an upcoming screenshot from Kay. He's really excited about that. There's a bunch of things that I can't even say. But yeah, it's going to be great. But if you actually want the first Todd on the blockchain, or the first Batman on the blockchain, not really going to get it. And another thing I wanted to go over is that I put out a poll yesterday, and I asked people, hey, who knew about the Todd Batman or the Reso Batman? Who knew about those specific Batman? Who knows who those artists were before VeVe? Overwhelming majority is like, I had no idea. VeVe introduced me to all these things. So I was like, okay, that's really interesting. But there's no question on what the first Spider-Man NFT was. No question what the first Disney or Gold Moments NFTs are. There isn't. That's right there, plain as day. If you bring something to an auction house, it's going to be really hard for them to find out and to write that article. Hey, is this the first on the blockchain? What's the history of this? Because it's so skewed when you go and Google it. So again, I just wanted to go and say that, why I thought it was a good idea for her to sell the Todd for Vader is because, all right, that's the first Vader. And I don't say first Vader on the blockchain because you did have Vader in that Star Wars comic book. But for the most part, people are going to assume that this is the first Vader on the blockchain. It's the first actual statue. And yeah, again, there's no question about that. But there is question to some people that aren't in the know about what the Todd is, what the first Batman NFT is, that type of deal. So I think right now, and again, DC hasn't filed for a metaverse. Disney has. Disney, which owns Star Wars, owns Marvel, what's going to have more utility? Right now, I would say it would be Vader over the Todd. Now, again, I'm not saying that DC doesn't have anything planned in general. Again, the Bat Cows are, that's their baby. That's like their super project that they're trying to work on. Will it work? I mean, apparently they got a bunch of big names. And again, that more than I could really say, but I just wanted to kind of put that bed to rest. You had Comics and Crypto on, I think, Facebook or Twitter the other day, had gone on and said that they believe that the Marvel Comics #1 Secret Rare will be worth $1 million at some point. And yeah, kind of agree. That makes sense. Also, just take a look at that. Look, made with lenticular cards and the Coke Orb and Vader looking at his TIE Fighter. It just looks amazing. We also have news that we also have 13 billion OMI tokens staked, which, again, that should really be helping the price in the future. Moving on. At one point yesterday, Vader and Todd were the same price, and then also at one point, it had actually overtaken. As of 9:24 Central Time last night, Vader had overtaken Todd just for a little bit. Shout out to Nomad with Guitar for that particular thing. Moving on. Hello K had said that, the OMI burn, this is great, but even for myself, the compromise period has ended. Some got the token 4 years ago and have been waiting for a tie-in with VeVe. There's a lot of uncertainty with what happens with the money intended for buybacks, with no buybacks or actual OMI utility in the app. And fair point, right now. Again, the buybacks really, I don't really think would do that much money, because again, that comes out of the profits of what VeVe has, and I feel like the buybacks would have just moved the token like this, and what you really need is that OMI utility burning from that circulating supply, and again, we'll get that at some point. So Puddin' Cheeks responds, "To the future you must look to find the answers you seek. Clouded by noise, your present judgment is." Talking like Yoda a little bit. So basically, he's kind of dropping some Easter eggs saying like, hey, to find out what's going to happen, you got to look to the future. You got to see what happens. And right now, you're clouded. Current judgment is clouded by just noise. So moving on, we also have a little bit of a bug in the showroom. Like this could be what happens. Like it just shows that. I don't know how to fix that. What ticket to put in for that? But if you see that, I guess just try to put in a ticket and see what goes on. So Kay, very bullish on Bat Cowl, says, never mind, not going to swap out my Bat Cowl for land. We'll find another way. Bat Cowls are going to the moon. Huge S tier news just got announced on it. And I'm like, okay. All right, Kay. So if apparently, I don't know if I could say this. Apparently there's going to be some type of utility with the Bat Cowl and NFT NYC. I think that's all I'm allowed to say right now. Hello Kay also says, here's my list of IP that could squeeze the heck out of the VeVe market. Pokemon, DBZ, other top tier shonen brands like Naruto, One Piece, etc. Banksy, which is the most hardcore art collectors live within the Banksy space. And he puts at Harry Potter's number 5. Says, for collectibles, this does well. I think I would also like to put in Lord of the Rings. I think Lord of the Rings would do really well. And I also think that Nintendo would do really well, like Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, that type of deal. So I just wanted to add to that list a little bit. Immutable X says Layer 2 migration season is coming. They announced a Play Ember Sword, which is a land badge. Owners will be able to migrate to Immutable X on June 8th. They're just stacking up all these names. Everybody wants to be an Immutable X. So somebody responds like, why did you guys just add a 1% protocol fee? Selling fees up to 9% now. What will they use that extra 1%? Hopefully useful. 1% fee adds up a lot. And I'm not talking about like this is bad for the consumer. It's 1%. Like you're still selling your stuff and it's only a 9% tax basically that you're incurring. But that 1% fee that Immutable X makes is just, that goes back into the machine. That goes back into their war chest. That goes back and they can do whatever the heck they want with it. So I'm really, really bullish on Immutable X. So you do have GoChain, or there's a whale watcher saying, wondering how much VeVe you need to move up the ranks. You need more than the amount listed below each group, and they're talking about top 10, you need 7.5 billion OMI tokens. Top 100, you need 48 million OMI, and the top 500, you need 18 million OMI. It doesn't seem like a ton, but yeah, the top 500, that's what you get. And I'm in the top 500 a couple times because all my wallets are like a good like 19 to 21 million each. So I'm in the top 5. I'm a couple spots in that top 500. And then Puddin' Cheek says you can't really count any of these though, and he's talking about the like 94 billion OMI that was just considered locked up because they're locked up for 1,000 years. So that's what he was talking about. Brock McBlockchain goes and he reports the Immutable X integration is completed. For mobile things now work a bit differently than typical dApps, which are decentralized applications, but because of that, I made a quick guide that you can access here, and it's in the Fish Discord, the navigation on the arena. It says you will need to connect to Immutable X to use the arena, even if you don't plan to wager any OMI. It should be pretty painless now, and the Immutable X team is working on making it even more straightforward in the near future. If you have any questions, please ask, but we're getting pretty close to tournament time. He's dropped 1.2 million OMI in the bucket for the prize pool to get it started. Hopefully you all had a fun weekend. We're getting closer and closer to opening up the arena publicly. Very, very bullish on that. So another thing I did want to go over here is a response to Puddin' Cheeks, where he said, well, you can't really count any of those, which is stuff that was burned. You do have a reply from somebody saying, okay, so the founders likely have the 7.5 billion OMI wallets. Puddin' Cheeks says, no, that was just the contracts that were frozen, and all the counterpart ones have already been unlocked. David and Dan have 30 billion in their own wallets now that have not been touched the last I checked. And somebody says, damn, that's brutal. They both have 30 billion OMI. That's concerning for investors. Now, I don't think so, and neither does Puddin' Cheeks. He says it would be concerning if they didn't have a VeVe revenue stream. Same for Akomi. They don't have to dump tokens to make payroll, which is why they are ahead of 99% of every other crypto project out there. And then it says, unless they are living off the ex-founder who stays dumping his OMI. And Puddin' Cheek says he didn't dump as many as people think, or at least from where I tracked to. So again, that was just a bad actor that used to work for Akomi, not part of the project anymore. That person tried to be a bad actor in Earth 2. Earth 2 kicked him out. But but yeah, this is very bullish. Again, I don't think, again, you don't, if I'm David and Dan, yeah, and I have a whole bunch of OMI, why would I sell right now when the price is so low, when I have this amazing revenue stream from VeVe? Again, VeVe's worth a multi-billion-dollar company. So if they ever needed to raise money, which I asked David about, they could, and he said, pretty much not the time right now. When will it be time? I don't know. What would they do with those funds? Hopefully buy another company. I want to see them, raise a couple billion, and I want to see them buy, Square Enix or Capcom, worth a couple $1 billion. I want to see them do that. Or a smaller company, whatever they want at that point. Anyway, guys, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashy. Bye-bye, Dashy. And everyone check out at HeyDavDon, at KingMavsForever over on Twitter, Standoff Chart and King Mavs over on the VeVe app, Kobe Collection, OMI Player 1 over on the YouTube, WraithX.eth domain name, Cowl, Willson, Wendy Stibalis, Puddin' Cheeks, VeVe Las Vegas, Tabs Trades, Mars Davis, Legacy Bermuda, Sody Pop Media, VeVe Darklink, Meta Lemon, and VeVe Vibes, and Nomad with Guitar, who's not up there yet, but he will be. All on the YouTube and the Twitter, and then you got at WetWizardVeVe and Gary O at 1234CA3, all on the Twitter as well. All right, I love you guys. Bye.